Alright, welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager. As you can see, we didn't get the update to our training structures, but what we do have is, of course, we don't have our scout anymore, apparently. Okay, sorry. I thought I renewed his contract, but apparently it didn't go through. Okay, that's a bit too bad that we had to waste money on that, but let's go back to the scouting page. Make sure that Erasmus Storm is scouting it. And as you can see, we are now a 6-6 nation. That means we need to get here 4 more upgrades and we're done. And in popularity of cycling, if we do Tour de France and we win a race there, we will get a roll to get to the maximum, which is a popularity of 7, unless it's pre-coded, like for example a 9 for Belgium here and for France as well. So a 10-7 is the maximum and we're definitely going for that. I will do my setup right now. I don't think you're too interested in that anymore. In general, you know what I am doing for that. For example, putting everything here on very high. There's literally no reason not to do it. And apart from that, of course, I'm gonna do the research and development and try to add basically every race to our calendar, because right now we basically have none. I mean, we have 2 of the races here that we have been applied to that are in theory World Tour races, but of course for our team we do want more. Okay, I'll come back to you if we have our calendar. So yeah, see you then. Alright, we have a calendar and I have very good news. We got invited to a lot of the World Tour races as well. So I am gonna set up a first kind of calendar with that. I am also expecting some more invites for these kind of races coming up. So this is a very good sign that we'll finally be able to go up to the World Tour. But first, we need to make sure we can get those points. So I will set up my calendar and then come back to you guys. Alright, I think I have very good news. We are getting invited for basically every race we apply to, so maybe it is true that the top something gets automatic invites if you apply to it. So let's see what shows up then here. Ah, there we go. I had to refresh basically. Okay, you know what it means. Our best riders are going there. Alright, we are about to start our first race of the year. I am slightly unsure of what to do here, since currently we're about to be invited to every single race suddenly, and I'm gonna try to rotate the races as well. So right now maybe we're trying all the monuments live, and we'll definitely do the Giro and Tour de France. Maybe I'll skip the Vuelta and just do something else there. I don't know yet, but otherwise these videos are gonna take way too long for me to edit. I will play these on my own because there's a huge amount of points on the books there. So let's take a look at the rules here and the scale. For example, the Tour Down Under, if you win that, you get 500 points immediately, and a stage win is 60 there. Same for the races here, you get a lot. And then for the monuments, you get 800 points if you win. So that's just so much points. Yeah, we're gonna do all of them. At least I'm gonna play all of them. But for you guys, I think it's best if we just keep focus on a few of the best races. And yeah, I think that's the plan. I hope you guys are alright with that, and if not, well, that's your problem, I guess. And we got off to a very good start. As you can see, we're currently in first because we actually won the first big one, the first Tour Down Under here, and it got us an amazing amount of points. We're already on 1,402. I cannot remember what it was last year. But in any case, what we're doing now seems to be so much better. Already 730 points for Arnason. And what does that mean? Well, he basically jumps immediately to position 26. He almost got as much as he got in La Vuelta Ciclista a España. So I'm not actually sure we'll go for Ingolson this year. If Arnason keeps performing like this, maybe we'll switch it, because this is very good for us. For a top 10, we would need about 4,000-ish points. And the fact that only in February we already got 730 with Arnason, I think it's very hard to beat him this way. And of course, that means also with his 76 sprint set, we're gonna try our best in these one-day races, because they usually give a lot more points on their own. Alright, it's Milano-San Remo. What's important for us here is that we do have some people who are quite decent uphill and still have a sprint in them. For example, Arnason here and also Augustsson. So I think we do have a chance here, and we will of course also try to attack with Bramson if we can right at the end here. So let's see what we can do, and hopefully there's a good result in the books for us. 20k to go. Let's put the train at 85 and then just pop all the gels just right before we start climbing here. As soon as we hit the uphill, I will start going at 99 with Christiansson. There we go. Christiansson full gas now. Oskarsson can go to the back. And then it's time for our other riders to take over. Bramson here. Going all out. And then Christiansson can go and fall back here. Bramson is done. So then it's time for Augustsson. 6 kilometers to go. We're almost at the top. And that means Ingolson should take over here with Arnason right in the wheel. So hopefully we can finish with a strong sprint. This is going really, really well. Now, of course, we should be going full gas with Ingolson. 16 seconds is our advantage. Actually, we should just attack and Augustsson go ahead of Arnason here and go full sprinting. And then Arnason, let's go. We have 12 seconds. I think we're gonna win this. This is a very good result. Let's go to the finish line. And Arnason will win Milano-San Remo here. Perfect result, and got a second place with Bramson as well. It couldn't really have gone better. 4 riders of our team in the top 10. We made full use of that last mountain, and with sprinting with Arnason, we got the best result. Maybe not the best for Ingolson, but like I said before, I think we're gonna switch around our main leader. Right now, it's definitely Arnason. Look at that. 4 of our riders in the top 10. Couldn't really have asked for more. And just before we go further, that means we have secured a first and a second place with our riders, which is 1,400 total points in the back, and also 800 points for Arnason alone. getting him up to 1000, well, almost 2000 points just for this year. So we would go up, I do believe, at least to top 50 right now, but with this coming together as well, only for Arnason, to 3,400 points, that gets us right onto the edge of a top 10. So very amazing for us. I will come back for the Tour of Flanders, and then after that, Paris-Roubaix. In between, of course, we're gonna try to get as much points as we can in the other races. All right, Tour of Flanders. Of course, we have our resident Cobble Classics guys in here. So that means Augustsson is probably our favorite for this race. It will be hard to do anything meaningful without our other riders though. So let's make sure we keep all of them at the front. Second monument of the season. Let's try and go for the second win as well. Okay, we're in the last stages of the Tour of Flanders. Augustsson is still in the front, but all our other riders basically have dropped except for Arnason. He's not gonna win either, so I'll make sure I protect Augustsson with him, or at least try to get there. He's finally getting there, so let's make sure we keep to the front as well with him. Right, so we have 3 more hills to go. Let's make sure we stay there. First is the Hotond. Should be doable for us to get over it quite easily with the front group. There we go. There's some strong attackers, but I'm gonna stay in this group for now. I kind of assume that some people will try to get them back for us. Let's hope they do actually. It does seem like they're gaining. 25 kilometers to go. One strong uphill left. 2 people still ahead. And Arnason can now sit down while we try to get over the last hill here with the other favorites. And let's just make sure that we are there with them. Perfect. We're able to follow this, although going to the front now will be hard. Let's make sure we get over the Paterberg with the others here as well. There we go. And now let's try to sit back. And hopefully the other teams will catch. I don't know who is into the attack here. Poelvoorde. We have an attack, so we're gonna try to follow it. By following Tarling here for 10 kilometers, but it does seem like Poelvoorde is getting away. Unfortunately, so we'll not be able to catch him. 5 kilometers to go. And let's go to the front here a bit. Oh, we are having an attack once more. So let's make sure we follow the others here. 3 kilometers to go. Ah, shit. I think I fucked up. Okay, no. still there. We should go more to the front for the sprint here. Ah, damn it. Starling maybe. Let's start sprinting. We were too far back. Unfortunately, a rider didn't want to go to the front. But a top 10 in the Tour of Flanders is far from bad. So I think we can be happy with the result. If maybe one more rider would be there for us to protect, to get Augustsson to the front more easily, that would have been better, of course. On our own, it was kind of hard to do that, even though I think most of the riders at the front were all from a different team. So unfortunate, but I think it was a very good result in the end. All right. After that top 10 in the Tour of Flanders, now it is time to do Paris-Roubaix. We still have Augustsson there to be one of the favorites. I just hope this time at least we can have one of our other riders that makes it with him until the end before we go for the sprint. Let's do this. All right, the last cobbles are coming up, so let's see if we can keep in this elite group of riders. Although 5 of them just got away. I'm not gonna chase them, I'm on my own right now. Everyone else dropped, so hopefully the others are strong enough to do that. There we go, we're already back. Champagne-en-Pévèle is going on now with 20k to go. Almost at the last piece of cobbles. The big one now, Carrefour de l'Arbre. Let's follow Poelvoorde here if we can. Doesn't seem like it. Now we do. Oh, Poelvoorde actually got a flat tire, so let's not. Del Grosso might be a good one to follow then, in that case. And there we go, an attack of Del Grosso. It's a fierce one, and it seems like I'm unable to follow. Let's just try then. 14k to go. I don't think it makes sense to do that. Let's wait for the group behind. Maybe I should have. Damn it. I fucked up. No, shit. God damn it. 10k to go. I fucked up. I fucked up. I'm going strong here. Let's see what we can do. Another back, I would say. Let's go at 50 here. Oh, the fuck. About to get up on... Oh, that's why we can't zoom out. We are about to get on the final course here of the Velodrome. And let's just see if we can finish this following camp here. 26 seconds, 1.8 kilometers to go. Let's go at 85 now to catch those at the front here. There we go, 1.3 kilometers to go, 1.2. And we're gonna start sprinting here. 0.6, let's look at the finish line. Is that a win for us? I think it is. It is a win for us. Axel Augustsson completely dead at the finish, but he fixed his mistakes right here on the velodrome. The other riders looked at each other and we took care of it. Amazing result. That's the second monument. Alright, got some annoying news. Right after I did Paris-Roubaix, I tried to take a screenshot and the game crashed. So, of course, our win got erased and I just didn't want to go through that again because I knew I mean, the chances were pretty low that I could exactly redo that, make sure he wins. Maybe I could have temporarily put it on super easy to make him win, but I just didn't feel like it. We got this win fair and square, it just won't show up in the books. The only annoying thing about that is actually that, first of all, we're not in first anymore, not that it matters too much, but secondly, that he's still unhappy that he's not winning. So, a bit annoyed by that, but in the end, it's not gonna matter for us, I believe. We are already at 6,100 points. That should be more than enough to get us up to the World Tour. And in the end, for our points, it only matters what Arnason does. He's already at 2,800 points this season, and he needs to get about 3,600. So that shouldn't be a problem. However, what we're gonna do now is, of course, play until Liège, Bastogne-Liège, try to win that, and then start our Giro d'Italia. I think I will end this episode with just the highlights from the Giro. I'm not gonna do a full thing, but if we have a good result, I'm definitely gonna talk to you about it at the end of the race. And of course, Liège, Bastogne-Liège, I will do. And next episode, it's the big one. It's the Tour de France. So let's get back for that. All right, let's get ready for the fourth monument of the season, which is, of course, Liège, Bastogne-Liège. Our riders here normally wouldn't make a chance. We have a few quite strong riders when it comes to hills, but not as strong as when it comes to cobbles or any other stat for that matter, unfortunately. So let's just make sure our riders who are usually good at hills are protected here, which is Ingolson and Bramson, of course. The last hill, let's pop that gel. Let's make sure we can follow the big guns here. Oh, okay, we're done. Brantes, come on, Ingolson, hang on. I think we're done for. Unfortunately, we have still this last hill coming up, so it's gonna be quite hard to stay at the front for that one. Unfortunately, there we go. Unfortunate. We came close though, to be honest. With these kind of stats, we cannot complain much. 13th place coming up for Ingolson. It is honestly what we would expect from him. There we go, and we are number 13, 2 minutes behind. There we go. Let's see the results here. Yeah, just couldn't hang on right at the end there. Maybe if they improve a little bit in the future, but fortunately not right now anymore. We are at the Giro d'Italia, which means we're of course gonna play this. Just a quick update maybe on the rankings right now. As you can see, Arnason here is really getting up there, currently in 6th, with this year 3,082 points already. He did a lot of good results, and we're in 3rd in the general standing. So we are doing very, very well. Let's take a closer look at what he did already. So, yeah, third place in Eschborn, Frankfurt. Then also some decent places in the races before, mainly in the classics here. And of course, the win we saw before in Milano Sanremo, which is like 800 points. So hard to do any better. We'll focus on him for this race, which means we're gonna go mainly for the races he can win. So any sprint race, any hill race as well. I mean, he can get over hills too. And then apart from that, we'll see where we go with our other riders as well. We do still have Ingolfsson here, which is a pretty decent rider to go for the GC, but I think we don't have to care about the classification of our team anymore. I think we already made it to the World Tour. Pretty sure we have more points than we have last year already right now. With a 6,000, I think it was like 4,000-ish points you needed to get into the World Tour last year, or for 5,000 maybe. So pretty sure we're already over that. And yeah, I'm gonna focus on making sure that Arnason gets the highest possible position we can get with him, because also with the simulations going up to next year, the higher your position is, the quicker you will get a role for the update. So yeah, we're definitely focusing on him for the Giro, and so that also means that I'm only gonna do those races with you guys. Anyway, let's get going. The first race, Giro d'Italia, it's a hilly one, but if we can get over that last hill with Arnason, we might be able to score some points. All right, got over the hill decently with our entire team, in fact. Only 45 people are here to go for the victory, so of course we're hammering it down the mountain here with our entire train behind Arnason, which means we can actually move this guy up, by the way, for the sprint, but which means we have a kind of cushion for other people trying to join the train here. Or make use of our train. All right. Only 6k to go. We used all our gels to make sure everyone got over that hill with a very good energy left. And now we can go full gas with Ingolfsson. Bramson is usually a bit less good, so let's drop him as well in favor of our other riders. 3k to go. Let's sprint fully with Ingolfsson here, and then at some point Augustsson can go. There's a corner over there, so let's start with him right now with 2k to go, and then Sigvarsson here, and lastly Arnason with the sprint. Let's go up here. Brennan is beating us. Damn it. Perfect lead out, and as you can see, top 6 with 5 of our riders. Unfortunately, Matthew Brennan made use of our train and got the win instead. All right, the second live race before there was the time trial, but I just simulated that. We have a mountain stage officially, but I think with some luck, some of our team can make it over the top. I was debating if I should go with Arnason for one of these sprints, but instead I'm just gonna attack with someone else. 2.5 to go, 2.3. Then Augustsson should be able to attack. Oh, we are catching them. Holy shit. Okay. Arnason, go for the win. Go for the win. Let's go, Arnason. And oh my god, we're gonna go second again with Benz. But at least we got the attackers. This is still a very good result for us. But only a second place once again. Bit disappointed in that. Let's look at the GC. Ingolson is in second. Arnason does have the points jersey right now. Matthew Brandon wasn't able to follow or at least sprint for the win here. All right. The fourth race here and the next 3 ones are sprint races, so we're definitely gonna try to win with Arnason. So yeah, we're gonna do our best. Let's do this. 5k to go, so let's drop all our gels here. Ingolson can attack. He's not going too fast. That means it's time for Oskarsson, or Samson as we call him, to make a big separation here. And start sprinting as well. Let's go with Augustsson then, because there's a lot of corners coming up. Actually, just start sprinting with all of them now. And Hodgson is gonna win. Oh my god, our first win here, all because of these corners, is gonna be Hodgson. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. Look at all our other sprinters, they're still quite far behind. It's just because of this crazy end here with all the corners. I'm not complaining, a win is a win. The first win for us in this Giro d'Italia. Hodgson, because this is a sprint stage, also takes over the green jersey from Arnason. That's a bit insane, but okay. Arnason did still get some points, so not complaining too much. Right, we're into the next race. So Hodgson with the Ciclamino jersey, but we're gonna try to win with, of course, Arnason again this race. Right before the end there's a uphill, so hopefully we can get some separation there with maybe Bramson on a 79 hill day. We are gonna finish this. It was a little bit stressful at the end there, so I'll probably play the elevator music there. But I think we're gonna win this. Arnason can now sprint in front of Augustsson, and we look like we're gonna have a 1, 2, 3, and 4 for our team here. So I am very extremely happy with that result. Maybe we should have gotten Ingolson in second so he could take over the leader jersey. But in the end, that's not what we're going for this time. We're going for win for Arnason here. And here at the end, at the uphills where it's a little bit stressful, the reason again why I forgot to comment once more, we got the win, we got the result. Yeah, we even have a 1, 2, 3, 4 in the general classification. Look at that. Arnason is winning the points jersey right now. And we also have the young rider jersey. This is looking out to be a very successful Giro d'Italia for us, with already 2 wins and with also now people in the leader's jersey. Okay, another sprint finish here. today with a lot of hills first, so I hope we're gonna make it. We have a 1-2-3 in the GC, so that means we're probably gonna have to control the race today. Let's see what we can do. Augustsson, go to the front with Sigurdsson right behind you. Sigurdsson can start sprinting now, and then of course Arnason will come out right at the end, going for the win. There we go. That's the second win in a row right here at the end, with Hodgson also coming in fourth. So that means we do have a very good result. We do get 50 points for Ciclamino jersey. So yeah, we have done very well here in this sprint. Having a good sprint train really helps with getting the results here. He doesn't only get the Ciclamino jersey, but also gets the pink jersey. Admittedly, it will only be there for one day because the next one is an uphill finish, but still very good result for us. Kind of what we wanted here. All right, update. We got into the attack with Arnason, took all the points away, so we actually got most of the points today, which expands our lead, so we're doing a very good job. But not only that, because we got away with the others, we ended up getting a very good result at the finish with Arnason, which means somehow we are still in the lead. Okay, right before we finish here, this was a bit unexpected. I thought the attack was gonna win, so I sent someone into the attack. But they eventually didn't because we chased them back. One of our riders, Christiansson, dropped from the attack, so I did everything to get it. And in the end, we got him back, and on the downhill, we even got some separation with the peloton. So instead of Arnason letting him win, I'm gonna say Augustsson can have his victory right now. We still will get a lot of points for Arnason as well, so no worries. 1, 2, 3, and even maybe 4 for Bramson. This is amazing. These are the kind of races where you can get the AI to do stupid stuff and can win if you do the right things. So very happy with this result. And another victory for us in the back. And surprisingly, Arnason is still leading the charge when it comes to the GC here after several climbing races. We have an update, sponsor that wants to come in instead of Simin, and with both of them together, we can update our budget from, I think it's 2,400,000 to 4,200,000. So definitely gonna do that. Orkevaito is also an Icelandic sponsor. They're an energy company. So I think we can accept this 4,200,000 euros for next year, which is amazing. Let's sign them. All right, a hilly race, but to be honest, mostly flat until right at the end. We're still gonna go for Arnason in this case. I think he's the one with the highest chance to win here. I assume that the other sprinting teams will take care of the attackers, but I'm not sure. These kind of races are always kind of weird. So what I will do is I'll make sure nobody is able to leave. So I'll set up our maybe 2 guys to make sure that we can rein in the attackers here. All right, the train is set up for the finish here. I'm gonna try to get our quick hilly guys to get us over these final hills here, with Arnason in the last position, so he will be able to go for the finish here, hopefully. I know it's a bit risky, but let's try and win with him once again. Going full gas to the start of the hill. Hopefully we will be able to get a win here. Ingolson, let's go. Then Augustsson and then Arnason. The other two guys are possibly a bit quicker, so let's just make them break and then sprint again. Arnason is gonna take the win here, I believe. Yeah, we do. Perfect. Another win for Arnason, just in front of Gal Glivar. But it's Arnason we really need to win here for the points, of course, to keep his jerseys as long as we can, because that gives us points as well for that high position in the standings. What we want to achieve this year is get with him into the top 10. I'm pretty sure that will work already, but the higher we get, the less I have to simulate to get that upgrade. Because the rolls from now on start to get really low, like 1 in 50, 1 in 100, maybe for some of those upgrades of training structures. So therefore, I really want to get in the top 3 already. That would be ideal. And then here, it would be nice if we're in the front as well, but we don't really get anything out of it. As soon as we are World Tour, really that's it for us. There's no reason to get more points for our team. The only reason why we would need a lot of team points is because that means also a lot of points for the country. But as you can see here, we're already in the top 8. And I think if we update at the end of the year the rankings for that, it will always include us with a maximum team size for both the Worlds and the European Championship. So it's not really that important anymore. Okay, once again, we are having a hilly stage, but in reality, I don't think the finish is even that hilly. So it's mostly a flat one. So we're gonna try to win again with Arnason to get those points. It gives us 50 points if we win here, so that's more important than yesterday. I don't know why it's categorized as a hilly race then, because here it was 25. But we'll try our best to get the win here. We are currently ahead in the points classification by more than 150 points, and actually Augustsson is now in second, so that's very good. 15k to go, which means of course that we are in the front here to make sure that we can go for the sprint with Arnason. The attacks are coming, which was completely expected because this is categorized as a hilly race, which means of course that we will make use of our hilly riders to try and get some separation right here at the end. And then Bramson will hopefully get us over that hill first. He does. 5 something K to go. So let's make sure that all our riders do have the energy gel in there. And we did get some separation. Only 27 riders are still in this group, which means of course we need to make sure we win this stage. 3k to go. I am already gonna start sprinting with Christiansson to get as much separation as we can. 2.2k. Augustsson, it is your time to start sprinting. 1.4. Let's see at the finish. Actually, with Sigvarsson, we could already start here, and hopefully that will make. Oh, Sigvarsson, break, please. Thank you very much. And we are going to be winning this stage, which was I'm sure very close. That's 2 wins in a row for Arnason already. Let's check a bit later, but we're doing very well in this stage race. I am super happy about that. And we got 5 people in the top 10, which is absolutely insane. And Arnason is now running away with the points classification. Honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna get close to us anymore. And for the GC, we are still quite a bit ahead, and with our wins over the last days, we got a bit of a cushion. But of course, the next race, stage 15, is a mountain stage, and to be honest, I would be really surprised if we could survive that one. Let's take a temporary look at the results here before we start the 15th stage. So we had a 2nd place behind Brennan, a 3rd place with Ingolson in a time trial, then another 2nd place with Arnason. Then finally we got a win, so that's 1 win in the book for us with Oxen. Then with Arnason we got a 2nd win, a 3rd win with Arnason, 4th win with Augustsson, but Arnason got 2nd there. Then a 5th win and a 6th win. And so 4 of those are from Arnason, but 6 wins in total for a Grand Tour is not all that bad. To be honest, I do think it's gonna slow down a bit now. We have only 2 sprint races to go, and all the other are big mountain races. I'm gonna be honest here, I don't care too much about them anymore, because for our main rider they're not too important, so I am actually gonna simulate all of those climbing races, and I'll come back for the sprint races. I think we have enough of a cushion for the Ciclamino jersey to simulate the other races. So that's what I'm gonna do. Ingolfsson will be the leader, and we are gonna make sure that Bramson and Christiansson support him. Then we are also gonna make sure that Arnason is supported for the green jersey. So something like this should be good. And then I think there we go. We finally lost the leader's jersey. I think it's fine to do that. Arnason still got the decent result in, but we lost a few minutes. And the points jersey, again, probably gonna be ours. Alright, flat stage coming up. That means, of course, we're gonna try to win that one to make sure we are favored in the points. But let's check. We have 80 points ahead of the other guys. No, 180 with only today. Well, today about 100 points on grabs, but let's make sure we clinch that Ciclamino jersey here today, so we can go to the final stage without stressing too much about it. Alright, final 16 kilometers of this race. We will take a look at the finish first. There's a corner at the end, so maybe we need to start sprinting early. Let's see. Okay, I assume it will go like off the circuit here right at the end, and everything else is quite straightforward. Christiansson takes the lead today. He doesn't have a great race day condition. So let's make sure we stay at the front with our team here. I am not sure what to do with Hodgson either. He had a very bad day trying to get over the hill, so maybe I should actually get him to the front as well instead. I think that's better. And apart from that, we'll just try our best to get a good result here. Bramson goes ahead. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get to the front. 7k to go. Let's up the pace a bit. And let's go full 99 right now. Hopefully Hodgson can get us there. 3K to go and we're quite far behind, so I start sprinting with Oscarsson here and then with Augustsson already. First corner, there we go, 1.4, so we can start sprinting with Sigvarsson. When he's done, we'll start sprinting with Arnason, and maybe we were a bit too early to do that. So we're gonna get a third place here with Arnason, which would still get us 25 points. It's not a lot in comparison to Jonathan Millen, but still I think it will be more than enough to secure us that Ciclamino jersey. So third place, definitely not bad considering our sprint train was beheaded because of the bad day of Hodgson. Okay, I simmed the mountain stages, and right now we can see Jonathan Milan is at 169 points. We are at 332, so there's no contest anymore for the Ciclamino jersey. And we did make it to 21st with Arnason as well. Decent result for Ingolfsson, very happy for him, of course. And then for the young riders, also Ingolfsson is in the top 3. And a 4th place for the team standings, which I'm also fairly happy about that, to be completely honest with you guys. But right now we have one more race to go, which is, of course, the final race of the Giro. Of course, we're gonna try to go for the victory. And more importantly, what we do definitely have to do is make sure we see that podium, because we're gonna have one of our guys on the podium, on the final podium of the Giro d'Italia with the Ciclamino jersey. 2K to go. There's some corners here at the end, so yeah. If we can start sprinting, we should start doing it now with Hodgson as well. 1.3. Well, let's just go with all of them. That's a bit unfortunate. We weren't able to get anything done here, but doesn't really matter for us because we want to see that podium. Sigvarsson did get a 5th position today. Isaac Del Toro wins the Giro d'Italia. We got a top 15, and then the best climber goes to a Chinese rider. And this is the one that we were waiting for. It is Benedict Arnason that will get the Ciclamino jersey. Amazing for us. Definitely will get some big points for that. It also means we can now look forward to the update here in the ranking as soon as it flips. There we go. We are first in the ranking. Let's stop it here for a while so we can take a look at our rankings. There we go. We are in first now with 4,884 points for Arnason. That would already put us into a top 5, but we won't stop here. 1,802 points is the most we got for one race ever, and the only one that got more was the winner of the Giro d'Italia, which is Del Toro, which also means, for us, to be honest, if we ever want to be in first, we're gonna need someone that's very good in this kind of GC races, because to make up that difference is insanely hard, as you can see. Only by GCing well in La Vuelta, the Giro, and in the Tour, you can get very high points. The second one in line is Paul Sexas, and even he has a lot of climbing sets. So all of the big riders in the first position have good climbing set. We don't. We are just great at sprinting and surviving those mountains to get to that sprint. I think this is a very good moment to say goodbye for this episode. We had a very good result in Milano Sanremo. We won it. We had a very good result in Paris-Roubaix. unfortunately the game crashed right after we won it, so it's not in the database. Doesn't really matter to us. We know we won it, and we had an extremely good performance for our team in the Giro d'Italia. So the next thing is probably the most important race ever, the Tour de France, and most importantly, we have to win races there. Don't really care anymore about our general performance, because with these rankings, we're definitely gonna make it into that top 10, possibly even a top 5 already, as you can see here. And so what I will do is I will simulate most of these to get to the Tour de France, but that will be next episode. And then after the Tour de France, I'll probably not record the Vuelta, but I will record the World Championships, of course. Everything else we do is just simulating or racing on my own to get the points. But again, like I said before, it's not that we do need the points right now anymore. Okay, that was it for this episode. I hope you really liked it. I definitely did. This is still a passion project for me. So if you could give us a like, if you could subscribe, please do so. It really helps for this channel. I do this series just because I really love it. So whatever happens, we'll continue it. And with that said, I will see you next time.